SCRE is a system for characterizing and reporting easily. In this video, we will show you how SCRE works, but even more importantly, why you should use it. If you're a chemist, you have probably experienced this moment when you realize that one compound you need to characterize before submitting a paper or your thesis is not fully characterized. And you know, it rarely is just one compound, is it? Even if you are really organized and you have collected all the information, writing a characterization report is a tedious task both for the writer, who has to follow a special grammar and very specific format guidelines, and for the supervisor, who needs to check that both the formal aspects and the information are correct. Another common situation is that the information from a user no longer in the lab is required. Any supervisor will tell you that navigating through the raw data can indeed be a challenging task. Last but not least, if the information is generated by two or more users, especially if it's a collaboration between different labs, it is very likely that the reports generated will not match in style, so they will have to be modified afterwards. To help everyone in the task, we introduce SCRE, a system for characterizing and reporting easily. SCRE will make your life easier by providing a platform to collect all the characterization information for a given compound, generating a characterization report on a single click, simplifying the retrieval of information from users no longer in the lab, and finally allowing for seamless combination of data coming from different users and even different labs. SCRE can be downloaded for free at screchem.com. To run it on your computer, you will need a PC running on Windows and with Excel installed, although with an emulator it can run on Mac as well. When you download it, make sure the Excel file and the template with the extension .x are in the same folder in your computer. You can have several SCRE files in the same folder. As long as you have one template file, SCRE will be able to work its magic. Open the Excel file, enable macros if necessary, and fill in the information. It's very intuitive and you can download examples for free as well. SCRE is divided in 5 main sections that are rather self-explanatory. In the first section, you will find our logo, the print and export buttons, and the code of the compound, which you can choose according to the reaction number or any other method of your choice. In the second section, you have to enter the name, molecular formula, as in the example, molecular weight, physical appearance, melting point, and RF. We recommend to introduce at least carbon and hydrogen in the molecular formula for reasons we will soon explain. The third section has most of the information of your compound. Besides the structure, which you can simply copy-paste from your chemical structure editor, you have optical rotation, mass spectra, HPLC and GC data, IR, and elemental analysis. In some of these cases, you will see there are drop-down lists to make it easier for you, but all fields are editable to maximize flexibility. You will also notice that SCRE will light some cells up if it detects missing information. Accurate and complete information is crucial to describe new compounds. The fourth section is dedicated entirely to proton and carbon NMR. Besides frequency and a drop-down list with the most common solvents, you have chemical shift, multiplicity, coupling constants, and number of signals. A very common mistake is to have missing signals in your NMR description, so SCRE will count the protons and carbons you have introduced and compare this value with the molecular formula. In case of mismatch, it will let you know so you can make sure your description is accurate. The field assignment has been introduced for your convenience. Although following usual practices, it will not be displayed in the report generated once you press export. Finally, the last section is all for you. Feel free to introduce references, yields and EEs, comments, purification tips, or whatever's on your mind. Fill in the data as soon as you receive them. With SCRE, you will see at a glance the info you have already collected and the characterization info remaining for each compound. And once you are done, press export and let SCRE do the work. A Word file will be generated with a report that complies with all the formal aspects and that looks the same regardless of who introduced the information, allowing seamless combination of data even between different labs. This file can now be saved or copied onto your supporting information file. It's just as simple as that. Download SCRE for free now and forget about the tedious characterization of compounds.